What's up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and as I do every Monday, my friends, today I'm going to take some time and try to answer some of the questions you sent the channel over the last week. We're going to talk about what's happening in the game this week and hopefully some of the fixes we can expect to see soon. Now, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, and remember, we are currently having a giveaway for an Xbox Series X. To enter, all you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winner will be announced on July 4th of this year. We are going to jump right into it today, my friends, and by far the number one question I received over the last few days has to do with those of you that have not received your compensation caches as yet for the rollbacks that took place. Now, the game put out a tweet the other day, and it says the following: "We want to clarify and apologize for some potential confusion. We are not sending caches based on expertise levels lost, but rather for a loss of item upgrades. If you haven't received your cache for item upgrades lost, please contact our support team," and then they leave a link. Now, what they're referring to, and unfortunately, as the game mentioned, there was a lot of confusion in regards to this. So to give you a quick example, you can see I have my Scorpio, and this is my current character, and I've upgraded the Scorpio to level 3. So what they're talking about is, let's say, for instance, you had a bunch of different items upgraded, and then after that whole rollback thing, you saw some of your items that were upgraded to 2 or 3 or 4 were, knocked down 1 or 2 levels. That's what they're referring to in regards to your compensation. So at this point, at 8:26 a.m. on Monday, June 13th, that's where we stand in regards to compensation. Those of you that were just affected seeing your expertise level drop, but you didn't, upgrade any item, you're not going to be getting anything. Now, if the game changes that, of course, I will give you that information right away, but as of now, it looks like nothing else is going to be rewarded. However, for those of you that did see that upgrade lost in a certain item or weapon and you did not receive your compensation as yet, they are aware some players are still waiting. They're working on that, and once again, as soon as I have that information, I will pass it along as well. Another question a lot of you have has to do with the recent inventory increase we received when it comes to, resources and things like that. Now, you can see here, since the last, or one of the last updates they gave us, we now can hold a ton of different resources, from steel to titanium to ceramics, things like that. Now, that will not change. Whatever we're seeing now is the way it's going to stay. The game has made it clear that it is not a temporary thing, but it is staying in the game. Next thing we're going to get into has to do with the Heartbreaker gear set, and that was, easily another question a lot of you were reaching out. It was like, why did they make that nerf? Why did they make that change? Everyone was happy. And look, in my opinion, I do not see a huge change in that gear set when I'm playing Countdown. Yes, they did make a change to it. That is undeniable. However, I don't see anything that is really causing me to not use that gear set because, in my opinion, it is still incredibly powerful. The good news is that the game has already mentioned the fact that they're willing to give this gear set a buff, a little further down the line if enough people reach out saying they do see too much of a change, like let's say if it's a real major overcorrection. So as always, please let me know what's going on in your gameplay. One thing I try to do is pass along as much information to the game as I can. Unfortunately, my friends, the next topic is something that has been plaguing a portion of the community for a very long time, and that is PC crashing. Now, you can see here, fellow content creator Lieutenant Buzz Lightyear had put out a tweet to The Division game, to Yannick, to our community developer as well over at The Division, and he had referenced a tweet that she had put out earlier saying PC crashes are not planned to be introduced until Title Update 16, and a lot of people were confused by that. Now, you can see below that statement, Yannick responded by saying, "Thanks for the clarification. We'll deploy fixes when we have them. We're not going to wait for TU16 if we don't have to." And it brings me to a very important point. We now have real communication with the game, and sometimes certain wires are going to be crossed. Now, I can only imagine how frustrating it would be to be a PC player right now. And again, Buzz, thank you so much for being a voice of a lot of those PC players out there. And again, to be clear, they're not going to wait till Title Update 16. They're going to try to get it done as fast as possible, and hopefully for PC players, that'll be soon. Last but not least today, I'd like to talk about boss farming in the Summit. For those of you that do not like Countdown, or you want to play on your own and you want to face as many named bosses as possible. Now, recently I've been getting a lot of messages, and this is from new and returning players since, Title Update 15 and 15.1 was introduced, and you've been saying that you're unable to farm the bosses over and over again. My friends, it is still a viable option. I put out a video yesterday showing you it does still work. Now, in yesterday's video, I was highlighting when you're trying to farm a boss and get the named boss to drop loot over and over again, what you want to do is before you clear the floor, you want to exit back to the lobby. However, if you're doing an XP farm, you have other options as well. You can down your character. That is much faster. So again, if you down your character, sometimes the boss will not, repetitively drop loot, but if you're going for XP, you're not worried about that. With all that being said, my friends, I'm going to start to wrap this video up. As always, I want to take a moment and thank you all for the incredible support you show me at the channel, and remind you, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know in the section down below and I'll get back to you as quick as I can. And actually, one more thing I want to mention is how much I appreciate all of you in this family at this channel being a positive force in the community. And look, I get it. We get frustrated with what's going on, but there is never anything hurtful or hateful at this channel, and I absolutely love you guys for that. This is exactly why I wanted to put this thing together. We are a family, so as always, it's all about helping each other out. On that note, I'm going to let the rest of the video play out. However, like I mentioned at the beginning of this thing, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well. But most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
Why is that door still open?
It's closing now, sir. Door sealed.
Shit. No way you're getting through there. You're gonna have to take a long way around. The bridge southeast around the ridge.